I'm not sure when I knew my family was different, but when I was 5, I found a nickel on the playground. The other kids were excited because I could buy some candy. I told them that I would put it in my college fund. I knew I would go to college just like all the women in my family. My grandmother, Estella Graves, was born in Indiana in 1885. She and her sister Helen left the farm each day by horse and buggy to go to Worthington High School. The summer after graduation, she attended the normal school in Terre Haute and then began teaching in a one-room school. In those days, every teacher had to have a school bell loud enough to be heard in the fields and woods around the rural school. I knew about the bell as I was growing up. Grandmother showed it to me, and eventually it belonged to my mother. While teaching, Stella met a young man just her age who had left school in the 8th grade to help with the family farm. During the school years, she and Ed courted, and each summer Stella went off to Terre Haute for more education. She told me it was hard to consider marriage to a dropout. After all, she was a college student and a teacher. My grandparents married, and of course, she lost her job. In 1910, my mother, Glenora, was born. Stella and Ed English had 3 more daughters. They moved to Bloomington so that the girls could attend Indiana University. All 4 had graduated by 1940 and were among the 3.8% of American women who were then college graduates. 3 became teachers, 2 were preachers' wives who taught in the church. My grandmother was very active in study club in Worthington and in her church. Every week, she wrote a letter and a postcard to each of her daughters. All the neighbors enjoyed her lovely flower gardens. Her skills in the kitchen were well known. She even took orders for her delicious pocketbook rolls. Stella and Ed had 9 grandchildren. The legacy of teaching and learning continues. 5 of them are teachers and 2 are preachers. I am the oldest, and my grandparents came from Indiana for my graduation from the University of Denver, just 2 years before they died. I taught in public schools for over 20 years, and I often showed the school bell to my students as we discussed the importance of education. All 3 of my children have graduate degrees. My grandmother passed on more than her name and her school bell.